What's up, y'all? I'm your host, Cesar Pena. This is the Beyond Celebrity Show. My co-host, of course, Miguel Sanchez.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. Um, just wanted to promote this real quick. My my sister-in-law did this nice little mask for me and my crew. So big shout out to my sister-in-law. We don't have no website, nothing like that, so I ain't gonna promote it. But I'm letting y'all know she went out here. She really did it. She
Nice.
did it.
So,
So
she took a regular mask and she put a cover on it.
so what she did, she took like some of her old like scrubs, that she was a nurse for I want to say for 7 years,
Oh
and
wow.
then she got cancer. So
Oh.
then she beat cancer, and she just stood out of the profession right now. But she had like hundreds of scrubs that things.
Oh, got it. She had a bunch of material. Got it.
Material. So what she did, she made those kind of like the inside. These are the scrubs, and then she put like this, the cloth to make it stylish. You know what I'm saying? You
Sure,
know.
sure, sure.
So she's doing her thing. So I want to introduce, of course, back in the
Hey, I'm the
scene.
only one without a mask. I feel like I gotta go get a mask. You got.
So we introduced back in the scene, my boy Richard. He'd been out there, doing his thing, taking care of the real celebrities out there, what I'm saying, the doctors, the nurses,
Essentials, essentials.
the essentials. Go ahead, Rich. Let them know. Let them know what's up. What's going on out there, brother?
Yeah, what's up, man? Good evening, guys. Good evening. Man, the streets is I've been noticing for the past, I say 2 days. I've been noticing a lot more car traffic. Um, stuff is picking up. Um, According to the mayor and the governor, we're going down.
Oh, the
I don't
numbers.
believe it. Supposedly, things are getting better, but according to the numbers and according to what I see out there when I pass by these hospitals, ain't really. I don't see anything changing. You know what I'm saying? People are getting a little bit too comfortable. I've been noticing a lot of foot traffic also in the streets, and I don't think it's a good idea, man. Traffic has picked up. I don't know if you guys know, but I live in the Bronx, so the main artery over here is the Cross Bronx Expressway, and I've been noticing traffic on the Cross Bronx. It's picking up. That you could get into traffic, maybe for 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't know what people are doing out there. Uh, it's like Donald Trump says. I'm not a supporter of him, but you know he's always calling the news fake news. You know what I mean? So um, I just hope that the people that are out there are really coming out to get essential things for the households, for the family, and going back home. I hope they not coming out here to, do Sunday driving and gonna, going to check out the sites or whatever. Because there's really nothing to see. Um, Going to these hospitals and seeing all these refrigerated trailers parked outside, like they're going out of style and shit. And it's not a good sight, man. Every hospital I drive by, um, you see these trailers out there, and they're pretty much covered with white tents.
Wow.
The other day I was driving down on the FDR heading downtown, and I looked over towards Randall's Island, and I noticed over 50 trailers just parked there.
Mm.
I don't know if they have bodies in them. I don't know if they're empty, but this is real, man. You know,
Yeah.
supposedly from what I heard from some of the doctors that I deal with, that um they making caskets out of cardboard boxes, you know, and supposedly if they don't have any family members to claim them, you know, the state takes over and they do whatever they want to do with these bodies. You know, the cremation centers in New York, we don't have too many of them. I do believe there's about 4 of them, and those are jam packed, and it's like about a 3-week waiting period just to get cremated. And supposedly they're sending some of the bodies from New York to other states to get cremated. So I don't know if any of you guys have had family members that have gotten cremated, but it's a week at least to get the cremation back from the funeral homes or from the cemeteries. You know, so with all this going on, you're talking about maybe a month until you receive that, you know, that urn with the ashes in it. You know, and the other day I passed by NYU, and I went on the backside of NYU by the FDR, and I just got chills of just seeing these trailers parked there running, you know, to keep the trailer cold. And it just gave me an eerie feeling, man. Like, you know, the chills went up my back, my hair stood up, and you know, it's something from a movie, man. It's like, it's unreal of the things that I see in New York. And then hearing on the news that tomorrow Atlanta is going to be opening some of the facilities like gyms, bowling alleys. It's like, who the hell's running Atlanta? Like, do you guys not see like how New York became the epic center of this whole thing? First it was China, and then New York took over. You know, Florida, the beaches are reopened. Like, how are you gonna control crowds of people from not going to the beaches when you gave the okay?
Yeah.
You know,
And then the spiked, right? The numbers spiked.
yeah, and then the numbers are spiking. So it's like, you know, people are dying to get back to work. I could understand that. I'm one of them. But it's either you jeopardize your life along with your family, or you just, you know, stay home and just wait until all this, you know, goes over. But they're also talking about a second wave of the coronavirus, and supposedly it's going to be worse than what it is now, because it's going to come in during the winter season of next year. And what comes in with the winter? Usually the
Flu, yeah.
flu. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are going to be in the winter of next year with the flu, sick, not knowing, damn, should I go to the hospital and get checked out? These are the same symptoms of coronavirus. You start off with the flu and it can't, nobody's going to know. So I don't understand what the big rush of open up your state. You know, so what if the economy's taking an impact? But it's not taking an impact because, you know, business is slow. It's not because of that. It's because of this pandemic that it's worldwide, that we're all going through. Everybody's suffering, you know. And I just don't understand what the hell the government is doing. Like, who do they have, you know, in charge of these different states that want to open so bad?
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's literally just the fact that the economy is collapsing because not enough people are working. So they're pretty much saying, look, the economy is more important than however many people are going to die. Pretty much. That's pretty much what they're saying. And, you know, some people believe that, but I really believe people believe that because they haven't lost anybody themselves, right? Like if you lost your mom, you wouldn't, or you're worried about your mom getting sick, you wouldn't do that, right? So I know I live in the Bronx too, Richard. Today alone, you know, we lost Fred the Godson, who was a very popular local rapper. I lost my old boxing coach. He was a celebrity boxing coach, actually. He introduced me to Roy Jones, a bunch of people, Trinidad. He passed away from this. This thing is starting to really come closer and closer and closer, you know, and it's sad. I have a really good friend on ventilator for a long time at this point, and you know, we're praying for him every day. This is super scary, man.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, no, people still not taking it serious.
It's like I don't
Rich,
even know. I'm
before
sorry to cut you off, Cesar.
Go ahead, Rich.
I don't know what is it gonna take for these ignorant people to realize that this is not a game. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, I don't even think if it hits their home, they're gonna take it serious, because they're just dying to come back out into the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here doing what I'm doing because I'm providing a service to the people that are actually helping the sick. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for that, yo, my ass would have stood home. I don't have to wake up in the morning to change my car from the parking spot, you know, because they're not doing no street cleaning. So I'm out here because I'm trying to do good, and I'm trying to provide service to these people so they can get from point A to point B safe and sound. You know, for they could do their services. And some of these people, I pick them up in the afternoons when their shift is over, and they get in the car and they go straight to sleep because they're so burnt out and exhausted, man. And you know, right now, those are our heroes right there. Those are the ones that are really taking the front line the way the front line is supposed to be taken, you know, with no regards of their own lives, you know, because some of these doctors are going, you know, weeks, sometimes even months without even seeing their loved ones, you know. So how close does it have to get to your household for you to realize that, yo, this is not a game? You know what I'm saying? This is not, we're not playing the Russian roulette here. You know, because if that was the case, then you know what? That's a big chamber. You know, and I just pray to God that, you know, people really start to take this as serious as they can. You know, people complain a lot.
So like so what you're saying is so real. Like Fred the Godson, like I know him. He lived right down the block from me, literally, and he was posting being safe, having mask on.
Yeah.
And then he got it and he passed away in like 2 weeks,
Wow.
like fast. Like it's real. He was out with a mask too. It wasn't like he was being, you know, but even when you're out with a mask, you know, it's not safe out there, you know.
But Richard, let them know what you had to do to be in your position, like right now. You know what I'm saying? And what you had to do to your car so you could keep you safe too. And what, like, let them know what you do every day now to make yourself safe and make the nurses or doctors safe too.
Oh yeah. Well, I had to invest in getting a partition done with plexiglass in my car. You know what I'm saying? It's not bulletproof, but it's enough for a defense between me and the passenger. You know, I had to invest in that. My wife the other day went to a local store and she wound up getting Lysol wipes, Lysol disinfecting spray. So I use that every day. You know, every time I get a passenger leaves my car, I spray it down, wipe it down, disinfect it into the next job that I get. You know, so it's a learning process. You know, people think that, oh, you know what, let me just spray this and my car's disinfected. Nah, that's not how it works, man. Like, a lot of people I don't think understand either that, you know, these are molecules. You know what I'm saying? Molecules are not seen by the naked eye. So by you just spraying just because the bottle says disinfectant and it says 99.9%, yo, ain't nothing really 99.9%. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If anything, you're probably getting like maybe a 50 or 75%, but ain't nothing really accurate, man.
So right now, just before I came on here, I was watching the show, and it was about how they're trying to figure out how to open Universal Studios, right? So what they did, they sent out a whole questionnaire. It was like a 10-page questionnaire asking the season pass holders what they think they should do going forward. What, like, would you be comfortable, no money, right? So one of the biggest discussions was no money at all, no money exchange, no nothing. So everything is going to be.
So you can just go to the park.
Go to the park. Everything is going to be through an app. Like if you want to order something, you got to order through an app. Everything is going to be.
Okay. But they're still charging. I think it was free.
No. No. So everything they're gonna try to do everything with no cash. So this might be the new frontier of being no cash. You know what I'm saying? Like we might be heading towards a no cash society. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these changes now. And I'm starting to hear this more and more. This might be a process of people not touching anything and getting, saying like even in KFC in China, they did everything through an app, everything, and then they had their food right there, and then they gave them their food, and then it was gone. So it was quicker too. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have to stand there that long. They were like, oh, we got this, boom, 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 money exchange already. They already got the money. They already got their stuff. They was gone. So this might be leading towards bye to cash. You know what I'm saying? So I think cash is going to take a big hit on this.
And what's going to happen to the economy then? It's going to plunge.
You think?
It's going to be a lot of because cash. I really don't think it's going to plunge, right? I think this is just going to be a new and quicker way to doing this stuff. To doing,
think about it. You think about it like as a driver. If you've done Uber or anything like that, that changed the game, right? Like, before you should have to have a bunch of cash on you, worried somebody try to rob you, right? So now that kind of make that frictionless. Like you don't even got to worry about none of that. And I think, I rarely carry cash. I rarely carry cash already. Like it's very rare I have cash on me. So I think just society is going to push that way more and more and more. This is just going to like maybe give it a nice good push. But I still think there's certain industries that won't want to go away from cash because that's how they hide a lot from the government.
Yeah.
But I think about it. The second this thing opens back up, no one's gonna want to handle money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be trying. And the thing is, you got to come up with a different. Like right now, Atlanta's going to be ground zero. It's going to be 300 million people watching Atlanta like this. Everybody going to be watching Atlanta. For real, And if you ain't ready, and they're not ready, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not coming up with no kind of concept of how they're going to open. They like, yo, open it up. Like, yo, they ain't got no doctors ready, right? The only doctors they got ready was that the governor went to the local to the hospitals and said, "No, you got enough beds ready to go," because he knows there's gonna be some kind of spike, and that's crazy because you're treating your people like guinea pigs. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna be one to watch, and I'm gonna be watching with my eyes closed like this, but watching with a little eye open like this. I'm gonna be like this watching, because it's like a collision course right now, man. And I don't like it. You're playing with people's lives right now.
Yeah, and the biggest problem with opening is you're going to force people to have to go out, right? Because if you open, if you have a job and you don't go, you're going to get fired. So now as a most of the essential workers become a lot of the poor community are going to have to go to work. They're going to get sick. They're not going to be able to afford this. They may kill their family members, but now they're going to be forced to, instead of saying, look, stay home. If we would just stay home for a month.
Yeah, he was.
Like, it's crazy.
I know what he was going to say. If we stayed home for a month, we would probably got rid of most of this, right, man? That's what they said, right? 30 days.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Because it's a 2-week incubation period, and then it's 2 weeks recovery. So if everybody just stay home for a month, we would know who has what, and then fix it and go from there. But
yeah,
I saw a meme that said having some gates open and others closed is like having a pee section in the pool.
No.
It's like I don't understand what these big head of staff of the government are thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York being one of the biggest cities in the world, we had to get military doctors to help out our local doctors from the hospitals here. And we're talking about Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how big Atlanta is, but
pretty big.
If you don't have the resources in your medical staff, that means that what? Other medical services are going to have to come from where? From other states. Taken away from that state to help you guys out in your state just because you wanted to open up your businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what I feel is like this is a new day and age remake of the Holocaust.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, they took these Jews and put them in a big building, and they burned them. That's exactly what you're doing now. You're opening up your state and opening up your businesses for people to fall into a trap, get this infection, take it home, and infect everybody else in your household. Now the numbers are going to start to increase. Now everything is spiking all over again, state by state. It's like, dude, I understand you guys want to depopulate the United States or the world in general, but that's not the way you do it, my man. Like, if you want to depopulate, let time take its course. Let the big man upstairs take that course of how to depopulate people. Don't depopulate people by you just opening up businesses and just tell everybody everything is good when it's not.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Another thing it makes me just think about is, I'm not sure, can you guys hear me? Is how the elections are going to go, right? Like, they were trying to still keep elections going in this mess, and people were getting sick. And the presidential election is coming up. Just like the cashless system, maybe this creates a way for us to go to voting without having to do this caveman style voting where you got to have paper, go to a place, when you can literally just be like, yes, done.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
This is real. This is real shit.
Well, but I'm surprised that the elections are not held electronically already with the advances that we have with the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could apply for food stamps. You could apply for Section 8. You could apply for jobs. You could apply for anything you want online. Why can't the elections be like that? Plain and simple.
So this is what captured my what captured me to calling Richard and telling him to come out. Look at this. Look at that.
Who's that?
That's
Him?
the plexiglass. Yo,
Nice.
that's real deal right there. How long did it take for them to do that? do that in the car?
Oh, they did it in a couple of hours. I think it was like maybe like 2 hours. I think they just had to adjust the cuts on it and everything, stuff like that. My seat is a little bit more up than what I usually put it at.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Right now, under these circumstances, I'm not out here to be flashy, to sit back with my seat the way I normally sit. I'm out here to do the best I can in my services, but I don't know, man. It's right now it's a funny world that we live in, and we really gotta wake up and start believing stuff for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe what the news is feeding you, what the president is feeding you. Go for what you see. But a lot of people tend to, listen to the news a lot. And, honestly speaking, the news, the government, politics, they're all in one bubble where they relay information. Look, this is what we want you to release. That information you can't release. So let's just keep it at that. You know what I'm saying? If you release that stuff that we're telling you not to release, we're going to send the boys to get you. And honestly speaking, I think that's how it really is, man. Because the government covers up a little bit too much. Everybody was dying for the stimulus check to be sent out. All right, fine. But what is $1,200 going to do for you? That's probably
no doubt.
That's probably half of your mortgage. But what happens to your rent? What happens to your other essential bills? Why can't they just go off and be like, you know what? I think we're gonna be in this crisis for about maybe 3 months at most. Let's just tell all the banks and all the mortgage loans to push back those 3 months towards the end of your contract. So instead of having 10 years left, now you have 10 years and 9 months left, or 3 months left. Instead of having people get this stimulus check and use it to pay bills when those bills could have been pushed back. That's all. That's plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Yet right now you have people, the working class people, that are struggling to pay their bills, and the stimulus check was a one-shot deal. What can you can really can't
my biggest worry is food. Like even $1,200 doesn't even last you that long in food alone.
No,
let alone paying rent.
Especially
in New
when
York.
you got kids that eat.
Yeah.
Oh, I have those kids.
Yeah.
You're not the only one, bro.
I eat too. I eat a lot too.
I know.
That's why we're gonna have
Sharif. We home all day. I know. We home all day just fucking eating.
So that's real.
It's crazy.
That's real deal. That's real stuff right there. And to have the president. Let me explain something to y'all, man. If y'all didn't see the president come up there tonight, it's like a show. Like he's putting on a show that we don't need. We don't need him to put on no show. You know? That he literally was like, yo, UV ray. He was asking another grown ass man, yo, can you UV ray somebody or put like a UV ray inside your skin and take away this thing?
My God.
I'm looking
he asked that in public?
Public.
My God.
It was real life.
That is crazy.
And then he had the audacity to be like, yo, can we do tests with like disinfectant, like putting needles of disinfectant into people? I was like, this dude just not under
you know what it is?
Under medical supervision. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like people are
It
literally gonna
almost
do it.
seems
People gonna
it
do it.
almost seems like it almost seems like his people around him are like, fuck it, let him go and just fuck it up. Because how do you say stuff like that without talking to actual people that know and say, no, don't say that. That's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, the worry is also with that other thing that he's telling people, yeah, you can take it that he owns part of the company and it's untested. That there's like this, I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just feel like
The hydroxy joint.
the worrying part of this,
Hydroxy. Yeah.
the worrying part of this is that people are going to be forced to go out and die. I really think that's what's going to end up happening. And if you look at the Spanish flu, which I learned something about the Spanish flu. I'm losing my voice. Too many meetings today. I learned something about the Spanish flu. There was 3 waves. The first wave was the smallest wave. Second wave was like 3 times as big. The third wave was double the first wave. And that's how it works. So right now we're in the first wave. We're gonna get hit again twice at least by this if we don't do it right. And we can learn from 1918. And the thing I learned about this is the Spanish flu was thought to be started in Kansas, America, in the military bases. And then the military took it to Europe because there was a war. And the Europeans got it. And they call it the Spanish flu. But it was started in America, right? But this virus, he wants to keep calling it the China virus because it was started in China, but they didn't call that one the American virus, right? So this stuff is just showing us the worst in people. My hope is that more people are doing what you do, Richard. Like you're doing like essential stuff, like helping people get to work, risking your life, and to be commended for that, man. Thank you.
Amen, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thanks.
Yeah, brother. So I'll be honest with you, bro. I wish I missed today's Trump shit today, man, because I was we are, oh my God, like it was unreal. Like the dude kept looking back at the dude with like, asking him like, can we really inject people with disinfectant and stuff like that? I was just like, we didn't ask this man injecting people.
I'm not gonna lie. I asked the UV thing too, because a guy came to me because I deal with technology, and he was like, I want to make stuff that you could UV, like your phone and your mask and stuff like that, so you can reuse it. And I was like, what if there was like a lamp in your house that you walk by and you get UV'd? And I was like, oh wait, that's like you get cancer from that. But I did ask it.
No, but they do use that kind of thing, that kind of technology to take away things. You know what I'm saying? Like they use UV light to burn things out of your body, but it's a specific person that does this kind of thing. You're not gonna put your whole motherfucking body under UV light. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude, like, and he kept looking back, like the dude. They didn't show the guy's face. Because the guy was probably like, the fuck, man? Like, dude was looking at him like this. Oh shit. Your man, the other doctor that's always on there too, he didn't even show up. He was like, I ain't in this one. He didn't even show up. He wasn't there for the briefing today. No way.
Yeah, like it.
Oh, they kicked him out, I think, because he's not agreeing with the president on stuff. He was like, yo, you fucked this up.
Bro, they asked him about the hydroxy thing again. They were like, yo, Mr. President, did you hear about what's going on with your that drug that you was toting around? And he was just like, yeah, oh well. Like he kind of shrugged it off. He was like, yeah. I was like,
man, you just told mad people to die, and now you're telling more people to die by taking this thing, dude.
Yeah.
To me, I honestly feel like this whole political thing is a team thing, right? It's just I have my team, you have your team. I'm just gonna go for my team no matter what. And to me, it's dangerous for people that are on that team because they're believing a lot of stuff that can really get them hurt and killed, and it's sad.
I know.
Yeah, like it's gonna come a point in time where You know, people are gonna get so frustrated and they're gonna force themselves to go out there and work, and they're gonna have a choice. It's either you go out and work and make an honest living, or you can come and get tested and be used like a guinea pig to see what'll work with this. And a lot of people are gonna go off and they're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna go out there and just take my chances and go to work because my family has to live. You know what I'm saying? But also at the end of the day, now we have to worry about what foods are we eating. You know what I'm saying? Where we're ordering food from and where are they getting their food from? Because there's been businesses or restaurants that have been closed for a month already.
So the worst part of this,
you know, so what happened?
The worst part of this is
What? Go ahead.
Who are you talking to?
Either one. Richard, go ahead. Richard.
So the worst part is that food that you guys supposedly have in these restaurants, it's expired already. So you're already taking a loss. So what are you going to do? You're going to throw that food out, or are you going to take a gamble and cook this food and sell it being expired anyway? You know what I'm saying? People could be as grimy as they want to be. And business owners are probably one of the grimiest because they're not going to lose. They don't want to take a hit on all that lost food that they just wasted. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to be careful where the hell you get your food from. You know what I'm saying? And pray to God that you don't catch no other disease, you know, that's out there.
Let me tell you something. And we were talking about this yesterday. That mayor from Las Vegas, yo, let me tell you, I think she's related to Trump, right? This woman was literally like, yo, I don't know what we're gonna do in Vegas, but I just want them to go to work. I don't have no plans of action. I just want them to go to work because they need the money. And yo, your man from CNN with the white hair, yo, Anderson Cooper was like, yo, are you serious? Like, are you serious right now? And she like, yeah, you know, I wanted us to be the first state to get the first city to be like pretty much the guinea pig to get out there and work, right? And he's like, do you do testing? Do you do any kind of tracing? Do you do anything? Nah, I passed it on to the doctor. She's like, she got the email and she passed it along to the doctor. So he's like, yo, what makes you think people are gonna come to your casino? They're gonna be working. Who's gonna come to the casino? Like, they're gonna be working, they're gonna be just standing there. Who's coming? Who's gonna come?
Yep.
You know, and that shit is just frustrating how some of these people are just not thinking out there. You know, and it's like, yo, really? Like, do you really mean this? You know, and I know.
How about the guy in Georgia? How about the guy in Georgia who said he was going to open it, and then he didn't even understand how the virus worked. He was like, "Oh, I didn't realize that you can get sick without symptoms. That you can get people sick without symptoms." It's crazy, man. This is scary shit. And he's the one opening up Georgia, you know, and he don't even understand how this works.
And he a high official. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, really? Like, it's certain people in charge that need to understand what the fuck is going on when shit goes down. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. Like, it's gonna start being
scary, man.
But the thing is too that all this, you know, bullshit information that they're releasing that, oh, I want to open up my state again and I need people to go back to work. All those higher ups, they're well off. Their bank accounts have a lot of zeros.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't give a shit about the working people that make
are gonna die.
That make the money go round. You know what I'm saying? Without the working class, without immigrants, this world is standing still. So all these high political people, Donald Trump being one of them, yo, the guy is filthy rich. So why not tell people, okay, it's safe to go out? Dude, you're doing what the big people of the world want you to do. Depopulate your fucking the world. And what's the best way of doing it?
Also, at the end of the day, it's slavery, right? Like at the end of the day,
yeah,
it's like, look, we need you guys to get back on those plantations because we're not, we need that money to start flowing again, And it's like, it's so crazy, man.
It's like look at the farmers. They're taking a big hit because this is their way of living, providing food to the world. You know what I'm saying? And they taking a big hit because I guarantee you they don't have nobody working.
I know. But we just gotta stand fast and really start thinking about just common sense shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen to the people that's really caring out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the governor of Jersey and Governor Cuomo, they really trying to look out for us. Like, keep an eye on that, but keep an eye on yourself. Like, you gotta make your own decision. Like this is you gotta pull your pants up with this one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And really start thinking like, okay, am I gonna go back to work now? They telling me shit is open. Am I gonna try this? Like, really? Am I gonna go out there and risk my life to get a hamburger? You know what I'm saying? Or go out there and sweep some floors? Or even go out there and look for celebrities? Am I gonna really go out there and because I gotta eat? I know a couple people out there right now. They trying to still go out there and look for celebrities, right? And they're getting a few people, but they can never leave the car. They piss in the cup, right? And they open the door, throw the piss.
Yeah,
they out there.
Oh,
they got a cooler, so they got sandwiches. They don't leave the car for like 13 hours. As drivers,
oh my God.
And Richard, I drive, I'm out there, right? And sometimes I'm out in the car for 5 hours, and I get out the car, I'm like, oh shit, like my leg hurt, and I'm like, I gotta stretch. These guys are not stretching. They're not getting out the cars. You know what I'm saying? 12 hours. Is it really worth it? Get one celebrity that's not worth really nothing. You $300 or $200, then you got to break into so many pieces. I mean, yeah, I'm good here, and I'm not gonna catch it because I'm here.
Yeah,
and I'm controlling. I'm controlling my environment.
And I think the key question to ask yourself, and everybody should ask themselves, is when would it be safe to go back out? Because the government's not going to tell you. They're going to give you the fake shit. They're not going to tell you the real numbers, man. So it's like you got to take it into consideration for yourself and your family in saying, you know what? Is it safe enough to go back out or not? So it really depends on the person too. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's not safe to go out. You know what I'm saying? You can't take your kids out and go to the park and play a little catch with them or let them run around. It's not safe right now. But in 3 months, in 6 months, is it safe enough for you to go out there? That's the question to ask. Because there's going to be a couple of floaters around.
Yeah, no. And one thing is about, like, I know a guy who owns a pharmacy. So he got the test and he tested himself, and him and his whole family had it.
Wow.
But they didn't do it. Right? But they were running a pharmacy, and before most people even knew it was around, he probably got it. It went through, and it didn't affect him, so he was lucky. So this is the thing with this virus that's so scary. You can be passing it and not know. So, I think a lot of people probably already had it, but because they wasn't testing, if we could all be tested, and be tested often, that's another way I believe that we can like eradicate it. Because if we say, all right, you're infected right now, you stay home, everybody else can go out, and now maybe that's a way.
Well, that's the way.
Yeah, but
That's the way they was trying to tote it, right? They was like, yo, because at first our president was saying whoever's symptomatic, like let's test them, right? Bruh.
Not knowing that it takes 2 weeks to be symptomatic.
Exactly. And what the researchers are saying is get more tests out there so everybody, we can know what everybody's going through. You know what I'm saying? So we can control who goes out, who's not going to go out, like who should stay in, who, you know what I'm saying? Like you can really start gauging that and start tracking, make a track of all this stuff that's, that's going on out there. And I tell you something, man, like we're far from that shit right now. We're far from it,
oh yeah.
So that's what they're calling tracing. They're trying to put a system, which I know is a real big brothery feeling. Like they want to trace who the people who got infected, who they came in contact with, and then go and say, hey, let's test them, because that's a way of making sure that people are not just walking weeks. So hopefully there's a technology solution that comes along and fixes this so we can get back to work. I definitely think I'm enjoying the time. I feel like we're taking advantage of it. Me and Cesar behind the scenes are taking so much advantage of this time. It's crazy. But most people can't work at home. They need to get out there and work. So I'm hoping it opens up,
Yeah, I mean, I love that I can spend all this time with my family and everything like that. But of course, I want people to get back to what they're doing too. You know what I'm saying? But in the meanwhile, man, this is the time to think outside the box right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to start that second thing and go back to your first thing, start that second thing. You know what I'm saying? Or your third thing, and see. This is the time to test things out. That's why content creating is everything right now. You know what I'm saying? Like people that can build this kind of platform and do this is making a shit ton of money, and just trying to figure things out. This is the time to think, really think, and like search inside your soul and really think about like, what the fuck am I gonna do in the next 3-4 months? Because
this is
feel good.
This is the time to reevaluate your life, man.
Yep.
A lot of people are dying to go back to work, but a lot of people when they're working, they're like, oh damn, I need a vacation, I need time off, I'm sick, my back hurt, I can't go to work. This is the time. This is your vacation. You know what I'm saying? Don't complain that you home doing nothing. Meanwhile, you're still getting paid. And some of the people I know,
there's no way.
Some of the people I know are getting paid, and they making more than what they would have been making if they were working.
Yep, I heard the same thing. And the essential workers are not. The essential workers are making what they make. Yeah.
Yep. Because the essential workers, they're private. You know what I'm saying? Like they could charge whatever, right? That's a whole different kind of thing over there. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, but they're still getting paid the regular rate versus for unemployment are getting extra money.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes, but now you got a scope under them. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that's true. It's hazard pay. They should be getting hazard pay.
Yeah. But now they got that telescope on them. Like yo, really? Like this is what y'all charging people? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
And sometimes you go into a doctor's office, somebody could walk in, all of a sudden that person's getting paid too. You know what I'm saying? Like this is before. Now it ain't none of that. You got to go through the books. You got to go to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's real time now. But they are our superheroes. And they're the celebrities. Those are the real celebrities out there right now. And I got their back too. It's just right now. It's just don't go out there. Like if you ain't got to go out there, don't go out there. That's my main thing. What Richard is doing right now is I commend you, my brother. I I know your wife probably hit you in the head a bunch of times, brother. You know, wife, like, you know, but I know she understands too. You know what I'm saying? I know she understands, and us Spanish people, we know we got God on our side. You know what I'm saying? And God got our back, and there's a reason why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is you serving not only the community, but you're serving the higher purpose. You know, it's a higher calling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Well, be safe, man. Be safe. I'm like, I know there was this whole thing about ACs passing it around, right? Because it's in the air.
Yeah.
So like you have that blocker, but still you got to keep on the mask. Maybe even have some shades. I don't know, because it's like, they say it comes in your eyes too. It'll come.
It's like supposedly. I saw today that somebody posted up on Facebook that China's going around in their cities spraying, fumigating the streets. Now I'm thinking, is that something that's working? Is that something that maybe the United States could do? I don't know.
If you remember, the United States, we did that before. Remember when it was the mosquito virus? I forgot what they called it.
I remember that.
The West Nile.
The West Nile.
Yeah, remember they were spraying. And it was like
killing all
the. You think that will work? Because hello, the COVID, it's a molecule that's in the air. So maybe if they take a chance doing that, maybe it'll kill the molecules. It'll downsize it at least. You know.
But the thing with that, I mean, China's ahead of all this, right? Because it happened theirs, right? So whatever they're doing, I think we should just be trying to do. But this is different because with the West Nile, they were basically killing the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that spray was doing. So they can't kill us. So we're the ones like, it's coming out of us when we cough and sneeze. So it's tough because and we don't even know for 2 weeks that we're sick. It's pretty crazy. This virus is no joke.
I'll be honest with you. The worst thing that's happening right now is that we're not in cahoots with China. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. This is a world problem, and I know China. They keep to themselves and they keep that barrier. But if anybody could have done it, it's the United States, right? Like, we make them a lot of money too. You know what I'm saying? So, the technology is so far, like they're so far advanced, but they can get things in quicker pace because it's billions of them, right? It's not like 300 million. It's like a billion of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they get shit done. They build hospitals, like straight up hospitals in like 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys, we need to piggyback off these guys and really, really work together. You know what I'm saying? And I seen another thing. I saw Trump the other day talking about the swabs, and was like, we can't really make swabs. It's like 2 people in the country making swabs here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, in China, they probably have 1 billion people making swabs over there. You know what I'm saying? Like we need a world response. If the whole world is working together, we can knock this shit out. We can really knock this shit out. But again, you got all this shit going on, and
so you know what's interesting though? What's interesting is the Spanish flu was the same thing. Because there was a war though, every country was not really telling how bad it was. The only country that was really saying what was going on was Spain because they weren't in the war at that point. So that's why I call it the Spanish flu, because most of the data was coming out of Spain. Americans didn't say what was going on, and Germans didn't say. So right now it's a very similar thing with China and America, but at least Italy and other countries are telling us what's going on.
And I think,
but I guess
I think the reason why we're not really getting as much help from other countries is because the United States, and this is in history books, has done so much damage to other countries
Yeah.
that
Hell yeah.
they're holding that grudge against us, and they rather see us kill ourselves than them helping us. You know, so them not helping us comes from a long line of years of all the dirt that we have done to other countries. And trust me, we've done a lot of dirt. You know what I'm saying? And Cesar should know. He was in the military. You know what I'm saying? I know he can't share some of that information with us, but you know, we've done some dirt.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest with y'all, man. Yo, if Bill Clinton was here, if he was our president, my brother, we will be talking about a whole different kind of thing. Because Bill Clinton was that dude that was getting along with everybody. He made sure he was with everybody. He was like this, you know. Couple of times, you know, we had like a little bit of iffy kind of thing going on overseas that we were like, man, yo, we might be going to war with somebody. And yo, man, Bill Clinton used to come out there like, yo, let's shut this down. Let's go to peace. He always got to the table and pieced it out. You know, I miss that.
Trump is like, Trump comes to the table like this.
Yeah, man, it's true.
Trump be like, yo, you good dude in the back, and with the microphone on, he'd be like, yo, fuck that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he'd be like, yo, what did you just say? He's like, I didn't say nothing. What? I didn't.
So true.
What?
Yo, that's the only next thing that I could see happening. Actually, the war thing, like that could be the thing that saves his presidency. Really,
I don't know. I don't know if they could. I think he's unsavable right now, my brother. If he goes another 4 years, bro, I don't know.
I hope so.
And if I was, so what's saying has a huge decision he has to make. Your man Biden, right? He has to get somebody in there. No, like I don't know. I know Biden don't feel like he's the answer, but I think the vice president might be the answer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I know who Biden should pick as his vice
president.
president.
Biden looks like
who? Cuomo?
Bring Clinton around or bring Barack back.
Barack is chilling, man.
Oh, I can imagine
Barack got like a $30 million mansion. Like he's chilling.
Yeah.
He'll come out.
I know he's chilling.
Be like, yo, what's up, my American people? What's up? What's good? And then I'm out. He don't want none of this. Barack don't want none of this.
I would like to ask him one question if I had the chance to, and just ask him, what do you feel about all this that's going on?
He don't want none of it. But let me tell you something. Barack right now,
you know what's crazy?
Don't want no part of none of this. He did his thing, and he's gone. Like he don't want to deal with none of it.
But he said it. He said it years ago. He said we need to have something in place because this is going to come.
Yeah.
And he created that pandemic team, and then Trump fired them. You know, like he knew this was going to come. Eventually, he was trying to prepare us for it. So even that just shows.
Like I saw a picture earlier today about a vaccine that they had back in 2001. It was a little bottle, and it said vaccine coronavirus. 19 years later, we don't have we don't have the vaccine no more.
The thing is corona.
Where the hell did the vaccine go?
The thing is, corona is a strain. Yeah. But corona there's been many coronaviruses though. This is just the 19th one, I believe. That's why. Yeah.
19 too many.
Yo,
I'm
scared. I'm scared of what's going on out there. The misinformation, the magic. It's like a magician that's showing his whole hand. Like they be like, voila, right? And they're like, yo, you still there, fam? Like you didn't disappear.
Like, look over there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of.
He's like, He's like, look.
You know,
it's so true, man. It's like that movie, Catch Me If You Can.
yep. It's scary. It's scary, and I just want everybody to understand, like, yo, like, please, like, listen to yourself right now, right? And I'm telling y'all, what's going on right out here is not a fucking game. This is not a fucking movie. It ain't no fun, and they just fake news and shit like that. Motherfuckers is dying out here, and a lot of people are dying close to me, close to my crew right here. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a fucking game, you know? And I don't know how else to explain this motherfucker, right? So I don't understand. I don't understand how this president is just going out there and just lying every fucking time. And that shit is getting on my nerves, you know?
You know,
I mean,
and it's gonna get worse because remember, spring break just passed. Most of these college students didn't really have a spring break. So now you having your key states, you having Florida opening their beaches again, you having Atlanta opening up again. What's that gonna do? That's gonna tell all these spring breakers from the East Coast, Midwest, shit, they opening up the beaches in Florida. Let's take off, and that's what's gonna happen.
That's
cesspool.
That's that whole peeing section of the pool.
It's gonna be, I'm warning people, man. Stay away from like Miami and some of these places, just for a year, man.
I'm telling you,
they about to wow the f out. They about to wow out, yo. It's like keeping a caged animal like this. Yo, open that thing up and they see nobody's kind of like getting it like that, and it's like, yo, it's gonna get nuts quick. I'm just
it's like they say, you never want to open the Pandora box.
At the end of the day, you know, it's fucked up to say, but at the end of the day, intelligence, it takes you out. If you don't have to go out there, you either killing yourself or somebody in your family. Like, I got 2 small kids with asthma, so I'm not taking that risk.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not taking that risk. I just watched a video of a kid with it and the cough. Have you heard a person with the cough? It's like they're coughing and then they can't breathe. It's like they're going.
I saw it. It's like they're coughing and they can't retract back, right? They can't.
So crazy.
Yeah. I saw that. You know, like me, I got sleep apnea. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact it's already. I hardly breathe if I don't have the CPAP machine on. I hardly could breathe anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes it takes me 30 seconds to catch that breath while I'm sleeping. So to catch something like this will be detrimental to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to do that. You know, that's why it gets so emotional with me. You know what I'm saying? Being inconsiderate to people out there that is not fully healthy. You know, yeah, man, it's troubling. It's troubling. But yeah, thank you, Richard. Of course,
no problem.
Another great show.
Man, Richard.
Big up to Rich, Big Rich. Please stay safe, brother. You know, you always hit me up, and you know, I'm always praying for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just be careful. Be very careful out there. Watch that air conditioning too. You know what I'm saying? Because
man.
And get some glasses too. You might have to get those James Worthy. You see those James Worthy glasses? Remember James Worthy?
Yeah, I got some goggles up in my house.
Yo, you might get some swimming goggles, bro, because real, like, because the thing can see through your eyes too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be careful. And what you're doing is superhero shit right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful.
You know, we just gotta wish for the best, and you know, honestly, everybody has to start thinking out the box, man, because you know, if this keeps on, the next worst thing that can happen is what you said, martial law. And if that happens, people are gonna be out here for vengeance, man. So people really got to start thinking out the box and start preparing yourself. You know what I'm saying? All these doomsday preppers, they're probably laughing at all the people that were living their life normally. They're laughing at us.
Yeah, but those are the guys. Those are the guys protesting. They're the ones protesting.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to go outside. I thought you were ready for this. Stay home.
Yep. But yeah, any last words too, Mick?
No, man. I just want everybody to stay home, stay safe, man. I pray for all of you. Hopefully, nobody in your family's going through this. It's getting closer and closer and closer to me. Yeah.
One last thing. Yo, I know it's hard. Being home and be, this cabin fever shit is real too, right? This cabin fever shit is real. And especially people that already mentally not there like that, you know what I'm saying? And this, you gotta dig in deep. Yo, that's why we try to tote all the time. Read books, listen to audio. Like I wake up every morning, listen to some positivity, you know what I'm saying? So they could see inside my mind and really get into my head. Like, yo, you strong. You that dude, you know what I'm saying?
Motivation stuff, yep.
That motivation, man. You got to keep motivating yourself, man, because nobody else, right now, nobody give a F about what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
why we do this is because we do care about you, but we can't go through the screen and tell you, I just want y'all to know, like, yo, do it yourself. Like, you got to dig in deep, look in the mirror and be like, yo, we got this. You know what I'm saying? Because you do. And yeah, that's my message for tonight.
Yeah.
Last words, Rich. Take us away.
Just stay safe, man. If you really don't gotta be out here, don't come out here, man. Protect yourself, protect your family. And if you run out of toilet paper, don't risk your life to go to the store for toilet paper. Soap and water works perfectly fine, bro.
Yo, use that $100 bills.
For real.
That's my last word. Use that $1 or $5 bills because they ain't worth.
Peace, everybody.